This is an indisputable exclusive. No other news agency has this video. Let me remind you of the pastor in Alabama who was arrested for watering his plants. Let me remind you of him, put up his picture. That pastor went to jail for watering the plants of his neighbor. He was inside of his own community. He was harassed by the police. We now have the video, and we are the only outlet with this video so far. So let me first take you to the approach and the question posed to Pastor Jennings on that day. Here it is.
Howdy.
Hey man, how's it going?
Pretty good. What you doing here, man?
Water flower.
Are they saying that, is that your vehicle?
Nah,
It's not?
that's the neighbor's vehicle.
The neighbors?
314, I'll be on 13.
Okay.
Yeah,
You live here?
nah, I don't live here.
Okay. They saying that this vehicle is not supposed to be here and you're not supposed to be
Who's
here.
saying that?
They called about it. I don't know who called.
I'm supposed to be here. I'm Pastor Jennings. I live across the street.
You're Pastor Jennings?
Yes, I'm looking out for their house while they gone.
Okay.
Watering their flowers.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Now, do you have like ID and
I
all?
don't know, man. I'm not gonna give you no ID.
Why not?
I ain't did nothing wrong. And they did
Well,
nothing
you look,
suspicious.
listen, I'm not saying do nothing wrong.
Dog, listen,
There's a suspicious person.
Look, I used to be a police officer in Goodwater. Don't come here with that. Okay.
Look, man, don't do this to me. There's a suspicious person in the yard, and if you're not one to identify yourself,
I don't have to identify myself. It's not I stop and identify state. That guy know me. He came to my store that got broke in. I live right over there across the street. Who called y'all?
that's what we got to figure out. But first,
who called?
do you live
black
here?
man
He
out
don't
here
live here.
warning his neighbor problem. You think
I'm not saying nothing
illegal.
about.
You have no right to approach me if I ain't did nothing suspicious or nothing wrong.
Listen.
Told him I'm a pastor. I pastor until I don't want to hear.
Sir.
You want to lock me up? Lock me up.
Nobody wants to lock you
me.
up.
I'm not showing y'all anything. I'm gonna continue to water these
We have
flowers.
a call.
I don't care who called y'all. Lock me up and see what happens.
I got much more video. So right now, officers are approaching an individual. Here's what we clearly know. The owners did not call the police. Watering somebody's plants, not suspicious. And it does not create what's called probable cause in order to engage in an investigation and arrest. But because they could not put this black man in his place, because this black man did not yes or boss them and do everything they said, because this black man actually knew his rights, here's what they decided to do.
10-4. We got one that's not listening to it. Look, man, let me see your phone. Let me see your phone, dude. Just calm down, okay?
No.
Stop.
I like this.
Okay. We're just trying to talk to you and see.
I don't want to argue with you, okay?
All right, go ahead and do what you got to do, dog.
Arrest you either.
Do what you got to do. Go on and lock me up.
Look, just have a seat.
It's
You're
already
not
a
locked
lawsuit.
up, you're
It's
just-
already a lawsuit,
Yes,
dog.
sir. Yes, sir.
It's already a
Okay.
lawsuit.
Just have a seat, okay?
Okay, already a lawsuit.
Okay, look, man.
Who called y'all?
We,
What I'm trying
I
to
don't
tell
have to ID
you
myself.
will not listen.
I have a call on you. You have to identify yourself to me. You
I don't.
understand what
No,
I'm
I
telling
don't.
you?
No, I don't. You wait, watch how you want. Take me down, book me. Go do what you need to do. Go do what you need to do.
Do you know that gentleman back?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah,
Does he have
he lives right there.
Okay, does he have permission here to be watering flowers?
He may because they are friends.
Okay.
And they went out of town today, so
Right.
he may be watering their flowers.
Okay.
Be completely normal.
Okay,
that's
is
fine.
that's fine. If he would have said, "Hey, I got this," gave his identification because he's a suspicious person, he said that's not his vehicle; it's their vehicle.
We
Okay.
have a call. Like,
Yeah.
we're here because we're called here. I don't know who called, but somebody did.
There's a reasonable suspicion that you're here. It's not a crime.
Yeah.
If you would have said, "Yeah, here's my name, here's everything," we're like,
I
okay.
told him my name.
You didn't tell me your name.
I decided. He asked me who I was. I said,
You didn't give it to me when I first
Pastor
asked.
Jennings. Pastor Jennings.
That's not a name.
But
That's
still-
a pastor.
Yeah.
I need
but
your
The way
name.
y'all handle this situation was totally wrong.
Well, listen,
You racial profile.
we're not
you did
racial
on them,
profile.
Yes, you did.
No, sir. No, sir. We're not about
I
that.
told
okay?
you I was here watering the flowers. But it's
How do I know that's the truth?
'cause I
Anybody.
had the water hose in my hand. I was watering all the flowers.
Any,
Dumbass cops. How do I know you're watering plants? Dumbass, because he's watering plants. That's how you know. Detective, investigator. I got more video. So now, what has happened? Neighbor, all right, a good white woman, right? A good white neighbor has validated. Now, did the police officer say, well, Madam Neighbor, I need to see your ID because I just can't trust your story? No, he trusted what she said 100%. I need you to catch that. The officer trusted what the white woman told him about the black male resident in that community. He did not trust the black male who told him why he was watering the plants, but he trusted the white female on face value. That's called implicit bias. Now, here's where the cops decide to still charge the lawful resident, Pastor Jennings, and the pastor was correct on the law. The cops were incorrect. I'm going to show that in just a moment. So they decide to charge him and they lie. Here it is.
So just obstruction?
Disorderly or obstruction?
Obstruction.
I'll just do obstruction.
Obstruction of governmental operations.
Yeah.
We're here to investigate a call and he wouldn't give us his name or any other thing. Yeah, we told him he was trying to call the owner, but still I need his name. You know, we gotta have his name.
Yeah.
I'll take him over to the PD for you.
Yeah, I'll go get gas.
If there's no, in the bond book, if it's not listed, just do the lowest one, the 500. I don't know if it's gonna be in the bond book or not. That way we won't be overcharging or anything like that.
He seems like a reasonable, nice guy. I don't understand.
Yeah. He shouldn't,
To be honest with
if
you-
he's a good water policeman, he said this ain't an identifying state. Yes, it is.
Talk to us. Well, she does tell us it's a mistake and all that stuff. But at this point, he's already collected the charge. Once we place him on arrest, we can't unarrest him. Does that make sense?
This is so simple. And the neighbor just told him this morning, please water the plants and take care of them.
He said
Look
that,
out
but it
for
was
the
all
house.
afterwards. It was all afterwards.
What you doing here, man?
Water flower. I'm supposed to be here. I'm Pastor Jennings. I live across the street.
That satisfied every legal requirement, and I looked up Alabama law, got something to expose here. Now, the pastor said, if you arrest me, you're gonna get sued. That's exactly what has happened. Once again, this is an indisputable exclusive. Let me give you some background. Pastor Michael Jennings, as reported previously, was charged. Those charges were later absolutely dropped. He did say he would sue. Let's put up his attorneys. Boom, those are two people you don't wanna see coming. So Pastor Jennings is represented by National Civil Rights Attorney Harry M. Daniels and Bethany Embry Jones of the Embry Law Firm. Daniels and Jones sent a statement to me directly. They said, and I quote, Pastor Michael Jennings did nothing wrong. The responding officers asked him to identify himself and asked why he was at the particular resident, and he did. He told them he was Pastor Jennings, the name of the church he pastors. He pointed out his address across the street and told them why he was there watering his neighbor's flowers. So you got to think about this. Think about this. Not only did he say who he was, he told them where he worked. He gave them his address, pointed directly to his home, and gave them the reason for his presence, which he did not have to. But then there's a deeper search into the Alabama law. So unfortunately, that was not good enough for these particular cops on that day. They chose to arrest Pastor Jennings without a scintilla of arguable probable cause to do so, according to the attorneys. Notably, Pastor Jennings was under no obligation to identify himself pursuant to Alabama Code, section 15-5-30. It's called stop and identify law. Because he was not in a public space, which is required. We are thankful that, like so many other, we are thankful that Pastor Jennings is here today to tell his story and did not become a hashtag like so many other people of color. So the cops were wrong. They were incorrect. This is not an issue about identifying who you are. It's not what it is. In order for that law to apply, you must be in a public space. Being in a residential yard is not considered a public space by law. The officers were wrong and they arrested him anyway, being cowards that they are. That's a damn shame. The guy in charge, put him up. This is your chief of police. His name is Rick McClellan. He is the chief of police for Childersburg, where this took place. So now we have the video. Now we have the rest of the story. Now the lawsuit is coming. And yes, these cops have engaged in defunding the police because they will have to settle or they will lose in court. All right, I know it's a lot to this story. David, what are your thoughts here so far?
Well, I look, this is totally about the cops' own ego, right? Because if they actually managed to put their ego aside and actually knew how to use this thing called Google, they could have found out in 10 seconds that Mr. Jennings was a pastor. They would have confirmed that, yes, he lived across the street, and that would have been the end of it. But because these cops are so offended because somebody doesn't want to provide an identification when they don't have to, then the cops have to go and make up a bunch of nonsense. And this idea that, oh, well, once we put him under arrest, then we can't drop a charge, that's also nonsense. So I hope Mr. Jennings, Pastor Jennings and his church, I hope that they don't have to pass the plate around for decades to come, that they get so much money out of this local police department that church is able to add a new wing.
Yeah, I feel like the Lord is about to send them a blessing.